This radio show might make you cry, will probably make you angry, will most assuredly make you laugh, and is guaranteed to make you think. 3-6 Nation Radio, where no topic is too hot, no take is too cold, with Monica Livingston and Sean Parker. 3-6 Nation Radio, in 3, 2, 1.
Woo! Week 3, baby. Welcome to 3-6
We
Nation
are
Radio.
back live and in living color.
Again, they keep doing this, right? They're just going to keep letting us in the building.
I know, right?
I am Monica D. Livingston, founder and leader of 36nation.com, 36 Nation Radio, here along with my partner in crime, Sean William Parker, a.k.a. the main event voice. Happy
Yes.
Thursday. Happy Pride weekend.
Happy Comey
I was just getting ready to
Testimony
say.
Day.
How about that?
I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I have to digest it for a while because I saw it, I watched the whole thing, and I just have to digest it a
What
little
is there
bit
to
so
say?
we can.
We already knew.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's the same thing we thought is what.
Comey
is actually true.
testifying today. Melania's back in town, coming back into town, whatever. But all of that, forget all of that because guess what? He's back. Hank Williams Jr., are you ready for some football? Oh, my boy is back. He is back on doing the Open for Monday Night Football.
That's your man.
First time in like 6 years.
That's your man.
You know, he ran his mouth about Obama, but I guess now Obama's out of office, so he can come back.
Any excuse for Sean to use one of those little musical things? Like I said, any excuse. Listen, let's talk about our show lineup today, right? We've got Mashonda Gilmore from the USFTL, U.S. Football Touch
U.S. Flag and Touch Foot League,
right?
Yes.
She's also she's a very good friend of mine, and she's also an executive director for the Lynn Lewis Foundation, and she's got a ton of stuff that she does. Way too much stuff.
And I'm excited because I used to officiate flag football back
told
in
me that
college.
Today.
So
we didn't even know that ahead of time. So I'm eager to see what it is that you're going to get into it with her about officials. And Sean, I got to tell you, as a lifelong athlete, I don't have too many official friends. You're like one of the few. So, but also I didn't know you were an official. Till,
that's okay. Well,
that's okay. I still like you.
Can I still do the show next
Go
week?
ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right,
absolutely.
good.
And then what do you got? You've got
well, we've got our regular 3-6 Nation news segment.
Right.
We've also got Sports in a Minute.
Right, confessions,
and
advice segment.
Yes, we do.
I thought we were going to have to scrap that segment, but I got some information literally on the way in here. Someone private messaged me, so I didn't even get a chance to share it with Sean. So I'll read it, and then I'm going to let you respond to it because at least it's going to be brand new to you. You're not even going to know what it's about, so we're going to get your
and also
real
make
reaction.
sure, please call in 203-580-3636. We've been having a little issue with our Twitter. We're gonna get that straightened out. I don't know what's going on.
We're talking to people.
We'll figure that out. So for right now, call in.
Yeah,
call in or hit Facebook.
Yep, we're definitely Facebook Live right this second.
Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. We're gonna have a great show.
Yeah, we got the funniest black guy in North Dakota coming back.
Oh Lord, Phil again.
Phil will be back.
Man.
I don't know if he wanted us to say his real name.
Know.
We were supposed to call him the funny black guy in North Dakota, but he's back. Phil Maxwell. That's right. We put him on blast now. He's back. So
we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to a quick commercial of the good people of the Crystal City Sports Pub, and then we will be back with 3-6 Nation News.
It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com. 3 6 Nation News, the DMV's #1 source for the hot topics and current news of the day, with Sean Burgundy and Monica Corningstone.
All right.
All right.
What you got for me, Sean?
Okay. The good couple, well, they were a couple, Christina and Tarek El Moussa from HGTV's Flip or Flop. Do we have the, just in case people don't know who they are, we've got a picture of them. Well, anyway, Christina El Moussa and Tarek El Moussa, they are now divorced. Big blow up, big thing in the news.
Okay.
Well, now Christina is off the market. The 33-year-old Flip or Flop star is dating an Orange County businessman named Doug. Well, I guess we're not going to reveal his whole. The story just says Doug.
Uh-oh.
A source close to the couple says it's new, they've recently connected, blah, blah, blah. And apparently, Tarek is not taking the news very well. He has this big sense of jealousy. Maybe he's still got feelings for Christina. I don't know, even though he's claiming he doesn't.
Right.
He's claiming, I don't want her anymore. I'm just living my life. And he has gone out and he has decided to spend time with young ladies that are younger than him. So he's just kind of
How old is he?
going out the box. He should be around 33, 34.
Okay.
They're around the same age.
Okay.
So my question is, if your ex tells you
Right.
that you're
Done.
that they're dating someone else, are you going to just come out of the box? Are you going to just let the flag fly?
Here's
You're not
the
a freak,
thing.
so I'm not going to call it a freak flag.
right.
But let the flag fly.
Here's the thing. That's interesting. You know what? I think that sometimes you don't even know you still have feelings until you see that person doing some of that stuff that they used to do just with you. Then you're like, oh, man. Like, I don't really know. In most situations, personally, it's always my fault. So I understand why people move on, right? I mean, that's just, I'm learning though. But, younger though, that seems like he's sending a message.
You out there already?
No, not me.
Just wanna make sure.
Family
Just wanna
show.
make sure.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Let me make myself clear. Absolutely not. Okay. Right. Let me get somebody in trouble in here, Sean. So anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go on to the younger part. I'm wondering if he's purposely doing, dating people that are younger just to send this message. And it also doesn't sound like it's very serious. So he may be trying to get back at her by like, okay, you're out there with somebody, even though it sounds like her relationship may be real. He's doing some filler stuff with these younger people. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. What about you? What are your thoughts on it?
You know what? I can empathize with him.
Right.
Because I did that and bounced around.
I don't know why.
And I think it's.
Why'd you pick this story, man?
You know what? Because it's out there. It's out there, but it's okay. I'm an open book. No, you're the one sweating. No, I drank my water, so I'm good. But no, it's something. When you maybe if you weren't completely finished with the situation, but yet you're in a situation where you're out there,
Sure.
it's done. It's like, you know what? Let me just forget about
Right.
my
I don't think it's
problems.
ever easy.
Let me go hang out with some people that.
Yeah. My whole philosophy on that is if you're actually with someone, right, all of a sudden, I don't think you ever should get to a point where you hate them because
No, not at all.
matter, and I'm talking high school relationships all the way up. If you actually took the time to say this person and claim them at some point in your life, they were important to you.
Yes.
And so you should always kind of honor that. And I think in that honoring comes some feelings that maybe never go away that, and sometimes you can translate them over to, oh, I just want him or her to be happy. But I think it stings a little bit in the beginning, that first time, that if it's you that moves on or the other person, it just takes some time. Now if you're in petty relationships, from the beginning, then it's easy to be like, oh, I don't
People
care
aren't
who.
petty. Everybody's nice and mature and intelligent.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. No one's cars ever get keyed.
No.
No, I know. It's craziness. But so yeah, that's all I have to say about
Okay,
that
so if y'all
situation.
have any thoughts about
Yeah.
that, please call
Let
us
us know.
203-580-3636 and let us know what you think about that.
Yeah.
Monica, your story. What's
Mine is completely different. Okay, so this is about
why she's gonna make me look so
children
immature. Okay.
being grounded. So I was reading this article and it says, I was grounded for 2 years for getting a B on my report card. And every parent has their own way of dealing with troublesome kids, but some are more extreme than others. In a new thread posted, this was on Reddit on Tuesday, the children of strict parents were asked what was the craziest rule or punishment that they had to ever deal with. And some responses were simply extraordinary. Somebody got grounded here for 2 years because they got a B on the report card, and their parents removed every single thing out of their room except for the bed. Then the kid let it go on for a year and a half. I mean, this kid really is a good kid, because I would have been asking like 2 days after, am I still grounded, Mom? You know, a year and a half passed. He says he went to his parents and said, you know, can I not be grounded anymore? They didn't even remember what he was grounded for, but they just said, you must have done something really, really bad for us to have grounded you for 2 years. So no. So they ran out.
That's
the
it.
whole
I'm
2
leaving.
years.
Y'all are fools. Goodbye.
Some people said they've been punished for things that their friends have done. One guy said that his friends broke something in their house, and so him and his brother were actually punished for 2 weeks. And the friend got to go home, and the friend was outside playing, and taunting them, come outside and play. And they couldn't go outside because of something their friend did. So it was just some craziness, but it got me to thinking, you know, like, have we gotten away from, you know, traditional discipline? Does grounding still work? And my main question to our viewers is it ever okay, and I'll probe it to you first, is it ever okay to hit children?
You asking the wrong one. My father, God rest his soul, he was old enough to be my grandfather.
Okay.
So my grandfather.
Right.
My father grew up in the 30s and 40s.
Old school.
So he was old school.
Right,
so he believed in
off you.
corporal
Right.
discipline.
Right.
And so, yeah, even though I wasn't a bad child, there were still 2 or 3 belts that hung on the back of his dining room chair just in case.
Right.
But I also received the non-traditional, you know, besides the whippings. One time when I had to have been like 4 years old.
Okay.
And I locked myself out of my bedroom. My father took the doorknob off the bedroom door.
You did it by accident,
It was
right?
by accident.
Wow.
I had no doorknob on my bedroom
Little
door.
circle?
Little circle. Just pull your fingers through it and open it and close it.
For how long?
Until we moved to Maryland when I was 5 years old.
Dang.
So
He wasn't playing.
no, he wasn't playing. But I come from that school where I have no problem
Right.
with the corporal discipline if it's applied correctly. You can't beat your child. You
Right.
can't discipline your child. I'm sorry. I come from that old school too, where I say beat. Please, I'm
Right.
not talking about abusing a child at all. But in disciplining your child physically, you can't discipline them physically for every little thing that they do.
Right.
You
No.
can't.
You can't.
It has to, it has to have some impact. It has
Right.
to have some effect.
I think
Just
it
like in
depends on the
sports,
child,
just
right?
like in sports, the
Yes.
coach isn't going to yell and scream in the locker room
Right.
every time, at every halftime,
or at every player.
Every player, right?
Some things work differently
Different
for different
ways.
children, and just like, athletes, some
Right.
things work differently.
I was
and-
an only child, so I got it wasn't, they tried everything out on me. They tried talking to me. They tried the discipline. They
Right.
tried the psychological stuff. They tried a little bit of everything, and a little bit of everything did work.
Right.
Because ultimately I had that baseline respect for my parents. And I
And
think
you're a
at the
fine
end of
young
the day,
man.
I have my issues, but
So it turned out
I'm
all
okay.
right.
Maybe y'all need to have a dating show for me and
Oh, shucks. Maybe
besides,
that's what we'll do.
Trig and
Yeah, you and Trig would just do a whole thing. That'd be the next.
because
like,
they had 2 people on the dating game show.
yeah, they did.
the 2 halves.
Dating game is back.
Yeah, dating game is back. Pyramid is back for like
Game
the
shows are
35th
back,
time.
baby. That's
Yeah.
what I want. I want a game show. We should do a game show in here. Get a
should.
wheel or something over here and use
I
the rest of the
got the
studio.
music.
All right, we'll work on that. So yeah, that's it. I think we could probably get into an entire conversation.
We really could.
I'm hoping that some of my little social work friends, psychologists, will see this, and if they want to be on the show, we can designate some time to talking about corporal punishment, how it works for kids, what are the psychological effects, if any, and if there's an appropriate time to do it and not. So let's table this, and then
We've got
I think we
community
can do that.
spotlight coming up.
We sure do. We're going to go to a break, and then we're going to come back with Mashonda Gilmore, and we'll be right back.
Facebook Live, how y'all doing? We're here.
Get out.
And a sensible choice for our training here today. Please help me in welcoming Miss Monica Livingston.
Woo! Thank you. Oh, put your hands together again for me. You know, what we're really trying to do is bring fun to CPR. She just don't want to be the one to say 89. Right? Our brand really is to bring the same curriculum, have higher retention by bringing fun to it. It was 101, it was close. All that too, you would think he was gonna break the mannequin. That's right, no pulse, you're gonna go directly into what? Compression. So if you can make someone laugh, you can also make them listen. If you can make them listen, then you can teach them and hence make them learn. It's like this. Y'all can sing if you want. Go ahead and sing.
She's a great instructor. Really has you entertained.
You keep doing compressions. You do not stop. When you're doing hands-only CPR, there's no reason for you to stop except you become too physically tired. Thank you, Zach.
Most of these type of courses, you'd rather go on your phone and on Facebook, social media, but she really keeps you engaged and entertained, and you want to learn. So.
Well, this is the wrong group. Everybody's fine in here, right? What do you mean they move? Okay, right.
The instructor is just so involved, and she just loves talking about CPR, and she's really engaging the audience. And I think that's what's making it so much fun. And it's interactive. We're all laughing. We're all having a good time, but we're learning about a very important and serious matter. 2, 1, 5. Woo!
It makes learning enjoyable outside of just reading a book or watching a video, but having interaction with the speakers.
All right. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Good. We are back with our community spotlight. Joining us on the phone is Mashonda Gilmore. Mashonda is an academic scholar, engineer, and for the past 2 decades, every time you do that, I start reading differently, has devoted herself to the goal of making women's football a professional sport. Ms. Gilmore is a graduate of North Carolina A&T University. Ms. Gilmore holds a health information degree from the University of Phoenix. Master, see, I told you, as soon as you start, I change up. Business administration degree with a concentration in project management. I can read this entire thing here, but I'd rather talk to the woman herself. She is accomplished. She is absolutely a pioneer. I have known her for, I'm going to date both of us, Mashonda. It's been over 20 years, I think. We met on the flag field. So are you there, Mashonda?
I'm here, Monica. How are you doing?
We are happy to have you. I think the sound is good, Jacob. The sound is good. All right. So, and you are joined. Who's your sidekick you got on your end?
My sidekick today, because I have a lot of people that that support me a lot, and for me to do what I do. Norman Carter from the Women's Flag Football Network. He's the CEO for that organization, and he's also the women's director for the USFTL.
Perfect. And Mashonda, I didn't do your bio justice. Tell us a little bit about, I wanted you to be able to have the opportunity to prioritize because I know you're involved in so many different things. Quickly tell the people, like, what projects are you working on right now and kind of prioritize them, or at least I'm going to have to limit you. I'm going to have to say your top 5 because I know you got 15 things going. So your top 5 things going on right now. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I would have to say my number one thing that I'm working on right now is the Len Lewis Foundation. Len Lewis Foundation is one of my babies. It's a breast cancer foundation where we focus on families that have, they're actually caregivers for survivors, and they go through this exhaustive amount of time of taking care of their loved ones. So we try to be that rechargeable force to step in if it's the actual partner or the kids or whomever. We try to have programs to basically generate some type of outlet. Right now we're establishing programs in the sports arena. We're dealing with seniors and youth together and some counseling sessions. I'm the VP of Business Development for the United States Flag and Touch League, USFTL, It's the National League that promotes flag football for men and women. And I just took on that position last December. So it's been a short-lived time, but I've been heavily active in trying to boost the morale and just the following of the USFTL, marketing that product. In Atlanta, I have a women's flag football league. I have three individuals there that actually 4 individuals there actually that's helped me run that organization. It's the Atlanta Women's Flag Football League. Sherelle Abrams, Michelle Fernandez, Derek Foster, and Noreen Carter. They all helped me run that organization as well. So I'm going to stop there and not talk about anything else.
Well, Mashonda, this is Sean Parker, and I am so excited that you are on with us today because I was a flag football referee when I was in college, went to the national tournament, so I know that this is a nationwide thing. But how big is the USFTL?
USFTL, actually, we have over 50 to 60,000 players, members that's within the organization. This last tournament we had over 400 teams across the nation. I think, Norman and I, we focused on the women's division. We actually had over 50 or at 50 teams, and Norman can chime in anytime. 50 teams basically there, and the rest were men and women. I mean, it's a humongous event that we do, and we try to make it bigger and bigger every year. We were in Tampa last year. We moved it to Sarasota because of the size of our organization and tournament that we're putting on each year.
Okay, and we got and you mentioned the USFTL National Championships in Sarasota, January 12th, 13th, and 14th. I might try to make it down there. That sounds like something that is in my wheelhouse. But
we're going to have to take the show, put it on the road.
We might have to.
Jacob, pack your bag.
And there are events.
Bring your show, pack your bag and bring the show on the road.
Absolutely. And there are, wow.
You can be a part of our media day. We would love to have you.
All right.
I like that.
Done. Check.
I like that. And there are events we're based in for our listeners all over the country.
We're all
over the world.
Everybody.
We're based in the Mid-Atlantic area. We're based in Washington, D.C. There are events that are in the region. June 10th and 11th, the men are in Fayetteville, North Carolina. On those same 2 days, the women are in Virginia Beach. There are events all through the month of June. And then in July, they're right in our backyard, Bowie, Maryland. The men are in Bowie. We might have to go check that out.
I saw Fox 5 was at Bowie the other day for a road trip. It looked like I haven't been to Bowie in a long time. I need to check Bowie out. This might be a reason to do that. And so Norman, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can. We can hear you very well. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about, I got to jump in here because, Mashonda's passionate about this. I'll look up, it'll be 6:15 and she'll still be talking, right? So I'm going to let you jump in. Tell me what you're working on, some of the projects, and a little bit about yourself.
I'll try to keep this short. Mashonda is one of my mentors. I kind of got into the women's game because of Mashonda, and I've kind of taken the torch and ran with it. But I'm the owner of the Women's Flag Football Network, which is a nonprofit that's geared to promoting women's flag football around the world. And we have an app, if I should throw that plug up in there,
Go
that
right
everyone
ahead.
can download called the Women's Flag Football Network. It can be found on all platforms. But really, all we do is we promote women's flag football all around the world. It's probably one of the fastest growing amateur adult sports for women right now, and it doesn't get the recognition, in my opinion, that it needs. And so one of the things that I try to do is promote women's leagues, teams all over the world by sending information out of tournaments and anything that's going on in the women's community. It's a passion of mine. Mashonda and I both do these things not for money, but for the opportunity to promote the sport. So that's basically what I do. I am the director of the USFTL, so I do help run the women's division along with Mashonda, and we will be in Sarasota. I wanted to correct you. It's called the World Championships now instead of National Championships. It's called the World Championships in Sarasota, and from now on. And that's how big we are now. We've got teams coming coming around from all over the world.
Wow.
So
Very good. I
it's
like
a great event. Great event. It would be nice if you guys were out there for Media Day.
Oh, we're going to make it happen. Listen, Norman, just as a female athlete who started in flag before I played tackle football, I want to tell you that I really
And after
appreciate.
you lost to light tight, let's put that in there. Okay, go ahead.
I already knew you were gonna have to say something. There you go. I'm in charge of this phone, right? Okay. Thank you for joining us, Mashonda. Oh, we've lost her connection. I don't think I hear her anymore. Norman, you still there? Okay.
I'm still here.
So Norman, what I was saying, thank you, Sean. I wanted to thank you for the work that you do as a female athlete. It was very difficult when I played 100 years ago. We were always selling the sport. The competitiveness, and people thought we were playing powder puff or that it wasn't the real deal. And I would always tell people, you need to come out on this field, and you will see some of the best athletes. It's nothing to do with not them being female athletes. They're the best athletes, in this region. And, we would go to Key West tournament. It was always a fun time. And yes, I was playing and we did lose to Light and Tight. I made one of the dumbest bets in my entire life. That team, I said, if we lose, I will buy drinks for the team. Okay. Now, all of a sudden there was 300 of them on one flag team. Okay. My bill was $272, which in 1994 was the equivalent to about $1,100 million. Right? I came home and got a part-time job to recuperate from that event. And the other part of it was the most humiliating is that I said I would wear a Light and Tight jersey. These fools show up. So not only did they put me out of my colors, I said jersey. They decided to bring a half shirt signed with all their signatures. They all signed it. No sleeves, no stomach. And I had to walk around the bar in that half shirt. Now, what I will tell you is that was a long time ago. So I was kind of rocking the half shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to be mad. I ain't had no hard time that night. Okay. But it wasn't a jersey. And that's what I said I was going to do. It wasn't a jersey. I still have that shirt today. I should have bought it on the show because that would have been funny. But I got a feeling it's not the last time we're going to see you guys. So let's get into Lynn Lewis. I really want to give Lynn some attention and the foundation, Mashonda, that you founded for Lynn, and we lost Lynn this year. And what a fighter she was. I had the opportunity to also play with her. Not on the same team, but with her, and she was a presence. Even though you didn't have to be on Lynn's team to feel who she was for this sport and what she did for women in general, and especially the fight of breast cancer. So let's give Lynn her due time, and you take your time on that. If we run into another segment, I don't care. So because this is important. So tell us about what's going on with the foundation, what you need from listeners, from viewers, and how we can help in the next steps.
Well, it is a very, very touchy subject for us. We did lose Lynn this year, and Monica, it was like the biggest loss, that I've ever encountered in a while. And all these years, this will be our 10th year. All these years, my focus has been just making sure that tournament happens, because Lynn always would share with me that this tournament keeps her alive. So, of course, that's a lot of pressure on someone, especially, 4 or 5 years ago, I had was laid off from my job, and you basically, how it is. You don't have income coming in.
Right.
You have to kind of really figure out and be strategically correct and trying to do things. And I think we were doing the tournament in Florida at that time.
Right. Yep.
And and we just made it happen, And I'm a very spiritual person, so I just know that with God's grace, things are just going to work out. So for all these years, we wanted to do the 501c3 for Lynn Lewis and create these programs to help families and support families. And Lynn was an attorney, so Lynn wanted to do this. And of course, the time just didn't allow. And maybe a month later, we pushed and we received our 501c3 letter, and now we are officially a charitable organization, and people can come to our website at LynnLewisFoundation.com, and they can donate to our charity. This year we're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, We're going to stop in July. We're going to be in Austin, Texas, doing the 707. We basically partnered with Asana Softball, and they actually have about 50 to 60 teams that are going to be there. We're going to have about 8 on the flag side, and they're doing a lot of huge things for Glenn Lewis Foundation. They got a Lynn Lewis breakfast, and I mean, it's going to be amazing. And then when we get to Atlanta, we're going to turn up. So.
Oh, I know that's right. But listen, I'm not buying that one drink for not near nobody else. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that. All right. Partying with y'all is hard. Listen, we're gonna, Mashawn, I'm gonna put a link to the Lynn Lewis Foundation on my website on 36nation.com. We will continue to get the word out there, and we'll do anything that we can to support the organization, you, and Lynn's wife Donna. So you just have to keep in contact with us. And if there's something that it's a good fit or you need a platform, we are here for you. When Sean and I decided to do this, that's why the community spotlight was so important to us, because we are just an extension of what's going on in our community and things that are important. We wanted to be that voice and give you guys that opportunity. So we sit here, but it is really, truly your show. So
and also anybody that wants more information on the USFTL, they can go to usftl.com. That's the United States Flag and Touch Football League.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very
Listen,
excited.
guys, we are out of time. We should have had you in studio, and we could have talked about this for the entire show. And as tournaments approach, please, feel free to call in, let us know. Let's share Twitter information, and let's just, make a platform for both of us to have success. And Mashonda, I want to let you know, and I know people tell you this all the time, but what you did for Lynn was short of just amazing. And I know that there are many people that you have touched that struggle and that are fighting with breast cancer, and you have given them a platform and you've made it positive. And so keep doing the work. You are a hero and people that we look up to. And so I love you. I appreciate you. And Norm, you all right too. All right, guys, we're gonna let you go. Mashonda,
Thank
call
you
me
guys
later.
so much.
All right, thanks, Monica.
All right, take care now. Talk to you guys
Thanks,
later.
guys.
All right,
Bye-bye.
We're actually going to go to commercial. It's fitting because the sports segment is next, and we're going to listen to our commercial about the Crystal City Sports Pub.
It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com. 36 Nation Sports in a Minute.
The Golden State Warriors have taken a commanding 3-0 lead in the 2017 NBA Finals. The DMV's own Kevin Durant hit a three-pointer with under a minute left that capped an 11-0 Warriors run, giving them the lead for good in a 118-113 win over Cleveland. The Warriors are now 15-0 in this year's playoffs and are one win away from their second NBA title in 3 years. Game 4 is Friday night at 9 o'clock on ABC. Tonight is Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals with Nashville and Pittsburgh tied at 2 games apiece. The puck drops at 8 on NBC. Ohio State is searching for a new men's basketball coach after firing Thad Matta, who spent 13 seasons in Columbus. The Buckeyes offered the job to Creighton head coach Greg McDermott, but he turned the job down. Among the names being considered, Golden State assistant Mike Brown, who reportedly will be talking to Buckeyes AD Gene Smith sometime today. We head out west to talk to the one black guy in North Dakota next. That's 36 Nation Sports in a Minute. I'm Sean Parker.
Let me just say this while Jacob gets ready for our only black guy. You sound official as hell. I I forgot where I was. I was like, this hot little raggedy show. I was like, I
You
felt
know
like
what?
I was at the Verizon Center.
It's
for a second.
it's sports in a
You
minute.
the man.
You know, it's the sports update. I have a little man crush on one of the guys in the area, Pete Medhurst, who is the sports update guy for the Sports Junkies. He also does play-by-play for Navy, and I mean, he is on point. He's on the money when it comes to his sports updates, and so I just try to model myself after the people
brother.
that I idolize.
You be you. You the main event voice.
Thank you, but there's room to get better, and that's what I'm going to do.
We should get a camera for our producer, our engineer for Jacob, because we keep talking about him so much, and people don't know who he is.
I know,
so we got to at some point let Jacob.
We could have a dating segment with him, a good-looking
all
guy
the real
over there.
good shows, they go to their producers and they let them, get some airtime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we should do that.
And
Jacob,
then you got Allison and Paige
I know,
over there.
we got
They're
our interns
chilling
in the
over there. They
house
got the
today.
headsets.
Nobody's
They're
paying us
doing
attention.
homework
All right.
or whatever. I know. They're just let those guys talk till 6 o'clock, then get them out of here.
Let's get to Phil.
Phil,
where's his little intro?
Yo, hey, yeah, I'm here. Hey, Monica. Hey, Sean. Bro, Sean.
Yo.
I love that shirt, bro. Is what I would say on opposite day. No, I'm just messing around. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I let some of the natives here listen and watch the podcast.
Yeah.
And,
Do you get pushback?
A majority of them are a little red in the face, so I just want to put out a disclaimer. Okay, I'm not saying that everyone in North Dakota is white.
Right.
Okay, because some of them have like pretty decent and even tans. In all fairness,
that's your boy.
No pun intended. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna make this a black and white thing. This is definitely not a black and a white thing. This is more of a me being the only black guy thing. Okay, so relax. Drink your chai tea with lavender extract, do your stretches, whatever, relax, all right?
I thought it was lemon.
I mean, really, not the lavender extract though. Really, Phil? So listen, let's not talk about race, okay? Let's forget that. I got some pushback here too. It was like, is this gonna be about race? No, it's funny, people. Like you said, relax. So just educate me then, Phil. Like, give us what is the landscape like in North Dakota? And I don't mean just the physical landscape. I mean, you could talk about that too, but also the culture. Give us a picture of what you notice there in North Dakota that can be different than out here in what I know you miss, which is the DMV, baby. Talk to me.
Okay, yeah. All right, so this is what I've noticed. Okay, this is my second month here, and the first thing I notice is the landscape. Okay, so just take an Asian woman and like multiply her ass cheek size by like 300 million and then lay it horizontally, and that's the landscape. It's just completely flat. It's like super duper windy. There's no hills at all around here.
We getting fired.
The only hill I've come across in my car was like Faith Hill, who's like some country superstar. And yeah, what else? Coffee shops. Oh my God. Tons and tons and tons of coffee shops.
I didn't ask you about coffee shops.
Honestly, like without any exaggeration, the coffee shops in North Dakota are as frequent as like liquor stores are in Maryland. Like for real. Like they have drive-through coffee shops.
Liquor stores.
Some
in
of
my
them
apartment.
look run down and got bars on the windows. Some of them have like shady looking people standing out front smoking cigarettes. Honestly, it's like
coffee people.
instead of advertising and having a bunch of buildings that are selling depressants, out here they have like buildings and advertisements that are selling stimulants in the form of caffeine. I mean, that's just what I noticed visually, but as far as like the culture around here, people love avocados. I don't know what's up with that. I'm assuming it tastes like pudding to them or something. I don't know. But my roommate puts avocados in, around, under, and on everything. Literally everything. She sent me a text like a few days ago, right? There were no words in the text. It was just a bunch of avocado emojis and then a smiley face emoticon at the end of it.
Nice.
So the crazy part is, though, like I knew that she was telling me to stop at the store to get more avocados for her. Another thing that I've noticed culturally is here they like to give like food, like either canned, pickled, or baked foods to show sympathy. They call it like North Dakota nice here. So like, I was depressed when I first moved out here. I didn't find a job, like it was hard to find a decent paying job to keep up with life. And I was having this week I feel helpless moment, and my girlfriend rubbed my shoulder, and then she gave me like a jar of pickled asparagus. So, I ate it, but like as I was eating it, I realized it didn't make me feel better. It just made me feel confused because I'm like, what the hell does this mean? So instead of, sharing my feelings with her, I figured I would just bottle them up because like that's just a weird response.
Phil?
But, I got a job, and like one of my bosses, he has like twin boys, and one of the boys like broke his collarbone while they were like roughhousing at home, and like
it's the Phil show, ladies and gentlemen.
Cake? He did, and someone was showing sympathy by giving him the coffee cake. So, guess who learned that people in North Dakota share food instead of emoting regular empathy at the proper time?
You're gonna tell us, aren't you?
Me, I did.
Phil, that was a very, very, very long story. Sean and I are now hungry. And here's the thing.
We might go next door to the little...
I know you don't have anybody to talk to, but we have a whole show to do, and there are people here that want to talk to us. So, listen, Jacob, just cut him. I think we need to let Phil go.
Monica?
Please.
Phil?
All right, don't do this.
Phil,
okay?
Hold on. Listen.
Please?
It's okay.
Just don't. Just come stay with me.
Stay with you.
Please. No.
Jacob, get rid of him.
No. I'm lonely.
Phil, say bye to Phil.
Bye, Phil.
All right, listen. After that, what the heck?
So when are you flying out there?
I wish I would. Are you kidding me? You see how
what airport serves
desperate and depressed
North Dakota
he is?
anyway?
Who knows? I'll never know.
Does anybody know what?
Don't have Phil call back. He'll tell us about
Bismarck
every
International
single
I don't know.
airport and whatever. Let's leave that alone. All right. We have our confessions or advice segment next. I'm interested in this because, Sean, I told you didn't even know about this. Well,
I didn't know about
it.
just going to roll right into it?
We're going to roll right into it.
All right, here we go.
Time. We're doing amazing. And this is confessions or advice segment. You want us to give you some advice?
Just keep it right here. Confessions, baby.
We got the answers, baby. We got the answers, baby. We got the answers, baby.
What do we got? What do we got going on?
The answers. What is going on? Turn that off. I have like Tourette's. All right.
It's fading out. It's fading out. It's good stuff.
Mistreated a classmate. Mistreated a... Thank you. Goodness gracious.
Really?
All right, listen.
Are you trying to get on one of the other shows that's on Listen Vision?
No,
okay,
not even a little bit.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Here it is. When I was in first and second grade, I was involved in harassing and making fun of a girl in my class. I think she was from a rather poor family and would sometimes come to school without bathing or not dressed appropriately for the weather. Once, a friend pointed out that she was not wearing underpants as the whole class sat in a circle and listened to the teacher read. We sat and whispered and giggled about it until the girl realized that we were doing this. She was mortified. I'm 40 years old now, and I've never done anything worse than this, but this is the thing that I am most remorseful about. She moved away a couple of years ago, and I have no way of finding her to apologize. I'm actually afraid that if I were to track her down and apologize, she would just tell me to go to hell. Where's your beep? To go to...
it's...
Just, she would tell me to go... Take 3. Tell me to go to... Thank you. I hope she has had a good life, and I'm terribly sorry for my behavior. I'm writing in to ask you guys today, what would you tell me to do? Sean, what would you tell her to do? I know what I would tell her. What would you say?
Okay. I'm going to get serious here just for a second. In my personal belief, I would tell her
don't cry on here.
No.
Okay,
I would honestly tell her to take it to God. I would tell her to.
Okay.
I would tell her to repent to God. Honestly, because when you do that, and this is just my personal belief system, if you can't get to her, you have to be okay in your heart. You have to be okay in your soul.
Right.
And the only way that you're truly going to do that, in my personal opinion, is if you repent to God, you say that you are sorry and that you really mean it. That you repent and you're honest and sincere with your repentance. And when you do that, God will forgive you. And, that's what really counts, especially if you can't get to the other person. No,
Yes.
I'm not gonna preach.
Just say, go on now. Yes,
no,
we got people testifying in the studio.
But honestly,
Talk
that's
to
what's
me.
gonna that's truly
Yes.
what's going to get it for you. So
You're
I would-
right.
that's what I would tell her. I
That-
would tell her get on your knees tonight and pray to God, ask God for forgiveness, and you'll be okay. Maybe not immediately, but you will be fine.
You know what? That is fabulous advice. I'm going to take another side of it, although I agree with that. I want her to be a little more proactive. I want her to, so what you're talking about is going to cleanse her soul.
Self-absolution.
Right. Make her feel better. But what about this young lady? So many times when people are bullied, that kind of stuff stings and it stays with you. And,
People have Facebook,
It
so-
has irreparable damage to a person. And so you were proactive in making fun of her. And I know it was a long time ago. You knew how to do that and make fun of friends. And if you've been waiting on this for 40 years, I'm not certain of how remorseful you are, because you waited. Now you're writing in. You waited for her to move in. You can find her. Go to
Maybe she's matured. Maybe she's matured and come to a place in her life is like, you know what? There's some stuff that I have, I've been putting in the background, stuff that I've been feeling bad about. Let me go ahead and try to make things right.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I want her to be proactive. Find her. Somebody knows where she is. They grew up, they went to school together. So if it's a neighborhood school, then maybe somebody, whoever bought the house where she moved away, or maybe there's a cousin still there that keeps in contact with her. Christmas time, drive past where she used to live. Maybe her parents still live there and she'll be home for Christmas. Don't write in here. Okay, I mean, I don't want people to stop writing in, so I didn't mean that. But I'm saying, don't think that this is the end all be all. And then, and then Sean's got you praying and you wake up and you okay. Go ahead and pray, but you need to make it right also. Get off your tail, find the young lady. You don't know what that would mean to her. And then if she has children, how then that would impact those children. So you started this mess in this mess. That's what I would tell her. So she better not put it. I'm gonna see if she have her IP address. I'll
Very
track her
good.
down
Two
myself.
sides of a different coin.
Hey, money is money though, baby.
No, it's not two sides of the same coin, not different coin.
I wasn't listening to you anyway, so I didn't know what you said.
Sorry. If my friend is listening, he's gonna get me. My best friend.
The friend that was tweeting that we
he's
haven't
gonna
tweeted back?
nail. Don't start that because he will start a whole bunch of mess.
Call him right now.
Nah, I don't know.
right.
I don't think we want to do that.
All right.
Maybe we'll save that for another time.
All right. Well,
maybe we'll bring him in studio because
gosh.
Well, no, because he's got a community angle. But anyway, let's keep going.
All right. So next up, Jacob, we're going to go to a break real quick. Let's do Metro CPR. I'm giving my own business a shout out. That's right.
Why not?
Got to pay the bills any way you can. MetroCPR.net. Hit me up if you need to be CPR and first aid trained.
And then what are we going to do?
Then we're going to come back and we're going to say goodbye.
Okay.
We can talk some more Comey stuff.
People could call in.
Let's do that too. Call
203.
up. Light up the lines. I got my phone right here.
203-580-3636. If anybody is listening, want to say hello, want to tell us that we stink, want to tell us that we're good, hit us up.
And a sensible choice for our training here today. Please help me in welcoming Miss Monica Livingston.
Woo! Thank you. Put your hands together again for me. What we're really trying to do is bring fun to CPR. She just don't want to be the one to say 89. Right? Our brand really is to bring the same curriculum, have higher retention by bringing fun to it. It was 101, it was close. All that too, you would think he was going to mannequin. That's right, no pulse, you're going to go directly into what? Compression. So if you can make someone laugh, you can also make them listen. If you can make them listen, then you can teach them and hence make them learn. It's like this. Y'all can sing if you want. Go ahead and sing.
She's a great instructor. Really has you entertained.
You keep doing compressions. You do not stop. When you're doing hands-only CPR, there is no reason for you to stop except you become too physically tired. Thank you, Zach.
Most of these type of courses, you'd rather go on your phone and on Facebook, social media, but she really keeps you engaged and entertained, and you want to learn. So.
Well, this is the wrong group. Everybody's fine in here, right? What do you mean they move? Okay, right.
The instructor is just so involved and she just loves talking about CPR, and she's really engaging the audience. I think that's what's making it so much fun, and it's interactive. We're all laughing, we're all having a good time, but we're learning about a very important and serious matter.
It makes learning enjoyable outside of just reading a book or watching a video, but having interaction with the speakers.
All right. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Good. Calendar of events.
Time for our DC calendar. Am I leading it off or you leading it off? All right, leading it off. First of all, the DC Divas, our women's professional football team, will be hosting their first round playoff game Saturday. That's Saturday, June 10th at 6 p.m. Robert E. Lee High School in Springfield,
Virginia.
I should know. I'll be there announcing the game, but please go out to dcdivasfootball.com, get your tickets, come out, support them. They are the two-time defending national champions, and they are on a spree for 3. I just came up with that. How you like that? Spree for 3.
Shocked today.
All right. The Washington Nationals are also in town this weekend. They will be hosting the Texas Rangers, the first of a 3-game series starting tomorrow night, 7:05 at Nats Park. They'll be playing on Saturday at 12:05 and then Sunday at 4:05. What have you got?
Oh, you know what I got. It's Pride Weekend.
All right.
It's Pride Weekend.
Let's be proud.
DC Capitol Pride. The DC community comes together for the annual Capitol Pride, a citywide celebration of LGBTQ rights and the continuing fight for them. This year's signature events include a rooftop pool party June 8th, a block party June 10th, and the popular Pride Parade on June 10th as well. That's going to be off the hook. And the Pride Festival and concert is on June 11th. Check out all of the rundown. I mean, there's so much Pride stuff happening. You cannot miss this. Go to capitalprideevents.org. Just Google it. If you have not been to a Pride event in D.C., you have missed it. I'm telling you, D.C. and New York do it like no other. So
all right.
Get your rainbow flag, your beads, and your little Speedo, and come on.
All right.
Sean, even though it's not really your thing.
Okay, but
you know,
still, I can
everybody's
support.
welcome. Everybody's welcome. What you got?
The DC Jazz Festival, now in its 12th season, will be bringing national and local musicians to venues including Yards Park, Howard Theater, and the Kennedy Center, as well as intimate jazz clubs all over the city. Some concerts are free, most are ticketed. The lineup highlights include Pat Metheny, Gregory Porter, Robert Glasper Experiment, and the Kenny Garrett Quintet. The festival runs through June 18th.
All right, last one, and then I got a little charge for you guys. Summer Escape at Mount Vernon. How does hanging out at George Washington's gorgeous former abode as the Sunset Sound? I'm not sure. He had slaves. I don't know how it sounds, to be honest with you. It sounds dangerous. Anyway, that's what Summer Escape is. And now they're going to call it Escape. I should have read this first.
Keep reading.
That's what Summer Escape at
break.
Mount Vernon allows for. Plus, you can enjoy craft beers, local eats, kick back to bluegrass music, walk around lantern-lit grounds, and sample chocolate martinis.
Lantern-lit grounds. I love the way she said that.
Mount Vernon sits right on the water, so expect beautiful views and an unforgettable evening. You can purchase tickets for Sunday and Saturday, 6 to 9 p.m. George Washington's Mount Vernon is located 3200 Mount Vernon Memorial Highway, Mount Vernon, Virginia.
All right. And what is your charge for these good people today?
We're going to be out today. I'm going to take it. You went serious on me. I'm going to take it a little bit serious.
Okay.
So serious, I'm going to go ahead and just read it. What I want you guys to think about this weekend. One of the fundamental beliefs in our country is individuality. As many of you may know, June means DC Pride, the acknowledgement and celebration of the LGBTQ community and their allies. If you happen to be in DC this weekend or in any other major American city in the near future where Pride will be celebrated and will happen, it might seem like the LGBT community has widespread acceptance across the U.S. Much in the same way one might assume there is no longer racism or segregation in America based on activities such as sporting events. Unfortunately, bigotry continues to exist. When groups congregate like Black Lives Matter or those marching in the Pride Parade this weekend, the sheer force of the numbers, beguiles the fact that many of those individuals continue to experience hatred. A range from mild uncomfortability to downright sheer terror for simply being born as they are and wishing to live as they were born. I say all this to implore you to be mindful and aware. Remember the little things and extend a hand, a smile, a kind word to someone who shares with you the most important characteristic of all, that they are all human. We're all human, people.
We are all humans.
It's 36 Nation
and
Radio.
we are also out.
We out. We did this thing. I love you, man.
I love you too, girl.
All right. Next week, get at us. Go on social media also, and we'll see you next Thursday.
5 p.m. right here, listenvisionlive.com.
I am Monica D. Livingston.
And I am Sean D. Parker. No, I'm Sean William Parker. The main event voice.
This man forgot his name for a second. That's how
I'm just
powerful the
clowning.
words were, right? Good night, everybody. Take
care.